As I look back over the years and think about things that have been worth spending money on, here are 10 things that have been worth my money and time. Welcome to my channel. If you are feeling overwhelmed and tired and would like tips about simple and healthy living, then spend some time with me. I made a video about items that are not worth the money, so if you haven't seen that yet, I will post it in the description below. I know we all like to save, so there are things that are a waste of money, but then there are things that are completely worth it. So here are 10 things that I have found to be worth your time and investment. First, quality items. Over the years, I have learned that it is better to spend more on things that last instead of replacing them often, which probably ends up costing more in the long run. This category applies to many things such as clothes, furniture, appliances, electronic devices, and other items. I don't like shopping often to replace things, and I don't bother keeping up with trends, so I just want quality things that will last. My parents had things that lasted for decades, such as their vacuum cleaner. They finally gave it away, not because it broke down, but because they didn't need it anymore. So yes, things may cost more than I want to spend initially, but then they last much longer than if I got something cheaper. Second category is healthy food. Fresh, healthy food. When it comes to health, I have always been conscientious about what me and my family ate. But as I am getting older, I feel that this category is even more important. And we're learning more about the foods we eat and the food industry and healthcare. And what we eat does make a huge impact on our health. As much as possible, stay away from sugar and processed food, especially ultra-processed foods. Sure, these foods are cheaper, but will cost you more later in terms of your health. Buy fresh vegetables and whole foods. Do some research to find out which foods are better for you and any conditions you may have. I have Hashimoto's, so I choose foods that have been shown to improve my issue, and so far I have been able to avoid medication. Yes, some of these foods may cost a bit more, but with well-planned meals, there are ways to make these foods fit in your budget. I also really love going to our local farmers market occasionally to buy quality produce and support local farmers and businesses. This next item takes more time than money, but is so worth the effort, and that is preserving memories and legacy through making photo albums or other methods. Because I grew up with film cameras and had a lot of printed photos, I felt more of an urgency to get them into albums. Now that most of my photos are on my phone, I don't have physical copies of photos to deal with, but I feel that my digital photo collection is out of control, and I forget about some photos and memories. Creating a photo album will take time to plan and design, but now with so many easy-to-use apps and websites, it's worth investing effort into preserving memories. My intention when I started making albums and writing the stories and details that go along with it was for my kids to enjoy or for me to look back on. I just didn't realize how important this hobby was until my mom was looking over the albums and how it was helping her to remember the past. After my dad passed away, she spent hours just looking over the albums that I had created of our times together, and we were able to reminisce about these memories. My fourth category that is worth the money is on experiences. Concerts, plays, trying new restaurants, trips, vacations, and other experiences to relax, learn about our world, or enrich our lives or the lives of others. Growing up and even in our adult years, my dad took us on a lot of memorable trips. These serve to help us connect with family members who live in different countries, discover the world around us, and also to create bonding experiences for our family. When I think back to my earlier years, I am super thankful for these precious times and want to continue investing in experiences for me and my family. Next is a category that can be a type of experience, and that is learning, and it's not necessarily education. For my thoughts on education, you can watch the video I made on things not worth the money, which I will put a link to in the description. But I am also speaking about classes or activities that help us to enhance our lives and be lifelong learners. For example, in our first few years of marriage, my husband and I took ballroom dance lessons because we enjoyed it. And since I love learning ways to improve my health, I took some nutrition and cooking classes to update my knowledge and skills. Recently, I signed up with my local community for free gardening lessons because my garden is in very sad shape. My next category is hobbies. Hobbies can be wonderful ways to exercise our creativity and just do something we love for fun. But I do want to say that it's very easy to go overboard on hobbies, so choose one hobby to focus on and limit yourself by having a budget and designated space for your hobby items. Otherwise, it can easily take on its own life. I was very much into scrapbooking for a while, which helped me with the albums that I previously mentioned, but I might have gone a wee bit overboard when it came to all the knickknacks. I still have a box of stickers that I don't know if I will ever use, since I will probably only make albums online. What do you think so far? Please share in the comments below. If this video is helping you so far, please hit the like button. I have just 3 more to share. My 7th item that is worth the money is pets. My pets over the years have been valuable in so many ways. They bring so much joy and stress relief as I take the focus off myself and care for one or more of these precious creatures. My parents let us have different pets when we were children, which taught me responsibility, and now as an adult, I can't imagine life without pets, specifically cats, for so many reasons. If you agree with me about cats, hit the like button. I do like dogs, but the main reason we don't have one is that I'm too lazy to take a dog on a walk on a regular basis, and I find that cats can be quite cuddly when they're not ignoring me. My next one should seem obvious. I didn't want to categorize this one as an item or thing, but can't think of a good word since I don't want to reduce one of the best ways to invest our time, money, and effort as an item, and that is children. I know we can all complain that the cost of raising children can be quite expensive, but there are so many ways to save money in this area. I stayed at home with my children when they were young and found creative ways to reduce costs. One way was to live simply and know that I didn't need as much as I thought I did in their early years, and even as they grew up. The world makes it seem that we need a lot of things, but we can find ways to provide their basic needs of health, protection, support, guidance, and love that won't break the bank. If I have to choose the one thing that is worth my money, time, and effort, it would be my children. To be able to invest our resources and love in the upbringing of a child is very fulfilling. The next category is help when you need it. Spending money to simplify your schedule and avoid burnout is an important option. This can include childcare so you and your husband can enjoy a date night, or the plumber when you need a leaky faucet to be fixed. I am blessed that my husband likes to try and fix things around the house, as this does save us money, but when it comes to certain things that need to be done correctly or quickly, such as a leaky faucet, I want to hire someone who knows what they're doing. Also, when my kids were young and I was juggling work and family, the few times where I was able to have someone help me clean my house really reduced my stress. And the 10th item that is well worth the money is donations and giving to others. It's so easy to only spend on ourselves. However, there's something satisfying when we choose to give to others through charities or our community or directly to those in need. Choose an issue or a specific charity to regularly support. When you give because you truly want to help others, you can make a difference. What else have you found worth your money? Please let us know in the comments below. We can all learn from each other. If this video is helping you, please hit the like button and subscribe for future content on simple living for a healthy life. Would you like more tips on simple living? Then watch this video next to find out more. Until next time, remember to stay healthy and live simply.